Greetings everyone from La Hacienda here at Spanish Fork High School. Rivalry night here in Spanish Fork as the Dons of Spanish Fork High School taking on the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. I am Alan Huff along with Chris Hurst. We're excited to bring you this region rivalry between two schools they have a heated rivalry. They haven't played region games in quite a while, Chris. Finally, they're back in the same region, ready to battle it out tonight.
Yeah, and they don't have to wait too long. They played December 21st in Las Vegas, and Maple Mountain was victorious in that one 69-58. So they're very familiar with each other.
Yeah, they're ready to go to battle tonight. A little late starting tonight simply because the junior varsity game went a little long. But we want to welcome you and thank you for thank you for joining us tonight. We're looking at this region record here in Region 8 with Maple Mountain 2-0. Springville Red Devils and the Skyhawks of Salem Hills also at 2-0. The Dons 1-1. Wasatch 1-1. And then we've got Provo, Pace, Bart City in the basement currently. But then we can look at the RPI records that we have in the 5A ranks with 3 of the top 5 coming out of Region 8.
Yeah, and that's similar to what we saw in football for the first release, where I believe, the same thing where 3 out of the teams were from Region 8 here, and so we're seeing a similar trend in basketball.
Yeah, so to look at the rules, the top 4 will get a bye in the first round. 5 through 16 get the first round games. 19 on down are also just going to be there to show up to face those teams. But then, just as a reminder, the quarterfinals, when we get to that level, are hosted at University of Utah. So let's take a quick look, if we could, at tonight's sponsors. I want to thank the car guys at the Blue Diamond Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, 2 Jacks Pizza, Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law, and the Driggs Mortgage Team. We will talk a little bit more about them later, Chris. But we got to talk about, I'd like to talk about a little bit about a simple fact. Maple Mountain has been, for the last couple of weeks, even before region play started, been without probably their best player, and that is Owen Blakey, number 5, who suffered a fracture in his neck. Now, I talked to Coach Ryan Kunzler of Spanish Fork because I couldn't get a hold of Johnny Averett, but I did talk to Ryan Kunzler, who had discussed it with Averett before the game, and he said it could be as early as 2 weeks for his return. But if things don't go properly, clearly with a neck injury, it could go all season. You never know. So hopefully he'll be able to get back for the Golden Eagles.
Those neck and back injuries, some of those fractures, you just never know if they're going to heal in the short term or long term, like you mentioned.
Yeah. So here's the keys to tonight's game, Chris. You are the author.
Yeah.
Let's hear them.
So in these rivalry games, sometimes teams lose their composure. So I think, who's going to become victorious, they're going to have to keep their composure tonight. Also, basketball is a game of streaks, scoring streaks. So if a team can avoid the long scoring droughts, that'll definitely enhance their chances of winning. And then I haven't seen Maple Mountain play, but every time we've seen Spanish Fork play, they look more comfortable when they're executing in transition rather than stopping and setting up an offense, if that makes sense. So I think for Spanish Fork, they definitely have to execute in transition. I assume the same applies for Maple Mountain.
Yeah, Spanish especially will want to get off to a hot start, so look for them in particular to attack early and often. As soon as they get the ball, get it down the floor and see if we can't get things working.
Yeah, absolutely. And check out these uniforms for Maple Mountain there. It looks like the old Hickory High, Indiana uniforms.
Yep.
Things look gorgeous. They're definitely winning the uniform battle, although Spanish Forks aren't bad.
Yeah, sometimes simpler is better to me. And I think both of these teams have some cool uniforms, but, I've got to give the edge tonight to that throwback look of the Maple Golden Eagles. We're going to call them that tonight, right,
The
Chris?
Golden Eagles.
The Golden Eagles of Maple.
Maple.
I don't see mountain on those jerseys anyway.
Yeah, plenty of maple trees, no mountains by that high school, so I think that name works.
Perfect. And we want, again, to remind you, coming up on our schedule here at Spanish Fork 17, the Payson Lions will be taking on the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Now, the Lions are 0-2. That should be an interesting game as they head to Maple Mountain, take on the Golden Eagles. That's next week, Tuesday, January 14th, 7 o'clock tip at Maple Mountain High School. So we want you to please remember to tune into these games. And if not, come out, show your support for these two teams. Interesting, Chris, I'm looking at the, and as soon as the national anthem begins, we will pause for that. But I'm looking, man, Maple Mountain turned out tonight. Some fans. So look for it to get loud in here tonight. We'll pause as the announcer begins to prep us for the national anthem.
Members of the Utah High School Activities Association and support the new statewide sportsmanship program, Raise the Bar. Sportsmanship does matter, and we ask for your support in demonstrating respect for the game and all the participants by refraining from negative cheers, chants, or behavior. Now we ask you to please rise as our band plays our national anthem.
Wow, Maple Mountain fans are going nuts in here just for the national anthem. They are going to make.
They're tributing. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Spanish Fork Dons and the Golden Eagles. Gabe Oldham will be starting things off. Let's first, we're going to look at Maple Mountain as Logan Green. Corbin Anderson also starting for the Eagles, along with Todd Williams. And I am guessing Braxton Tanner will be one of them, along with Tyler Nelson.
Yeah.
Braxton Tanner, the leading scorer currently for Maple Mountain at 14 a game.
Yeah, Green, who's also starting, averages 11.5, and he torched Maple Mountain for 28 down in Vegas in December.
Starting for the Dons, Gabe Oldham, averaging 18 a game, leading scorer for both of these teams, along with Morley Bennett, who's being announced now. Hunter McGuire also starting, along with Hunter Sorensen and Remington Newell. Tonight's game, and it's in main sponsor for tonight's game, been with SFCN at Spanish Fork 17, the longest out of all these sponsors. The car guys at the Blue Diamond Auto Group. They are located at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. 794-0077 is the number you can reach in with an 801 in front of that. Or you can go online at thecarguysut.net. Offering the best prices on vehicles in the Spanish Fork area. Knowledgeable sales representatives are there, and they are committed to providing you with a no-pressure buying experience. And we encourage you to support those who support Spanish Fork, along with Maple Mountain basketball, as we are getting set to get things underway. Now, Maple Mountain, Chris, although being ranked as high as they are, size is not exactly their forte.
And it really hasn't been. They're really good at boxing out, getting in transition quickly, and then not making big mistakes.
Yeah, they want to beat you athletically, and they're good at that, have been all year with just one loss. And the Dons quickly get a turnover off the errant pass. Hunter McGuire with an angle left for Spanish Fork as he looks low to Newell. Or actually, it's Oldham. Out, open three on the way and dumped. Morley Bennett knocks the first shot of the game down for Spanish Fork.
Yeah, that's the way you wanted to start if you're Maple Mountain. Great pass, though.
Nice pass underneath as Corbin Anderson there waiting for it. And the Eagles on the board.
Yeah, Todd Williams gets the assist. He jumped it. They list him as 6'2". How many high schools have at the 5A level have a guy jumping it at 6'2"?
Yeah. Well, if you got hops, why not, right?
Why not?
Dons setting up the half-court game. Remington Newell open for three, but wide. And the shot on the rebound, I guess you could say it, unless you want to call it a pass to Gabe Oldham.
We'll give Newell the assist.
That's right. No shot, foul down low.
Looks like it's on 12.
It's Hunter McGuire. That's his first, clearly.
First of the game. Yeah, Oldham here averaging 18.4 points a game for Maple Mountain with that last bucket.
Yeah. He's the one to watch, clearly, for the Spanish Fork Dons.
I said that backwards.
Maple Mountain pretty good at spreading it around, especially with their star out. So we'll see how well they can do that tonight. Three ball on its way, no good. The attempt by Todd Williams, but Maple Mountain retains possession.
And Maple Mountain's killing it on this possession on the offensive boards.
Dons knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, Spanish Fork's got to do a better job of boxing out and not letting those long rebounds get away from them.
Had a game here last Friday, Springville game. Boy, what a messy one that one was, huh, Chris?
Yeah, it started out pretty clean, and then they tipped the ball off.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as that happened, whew, got brutal. Nice spin move underneath by Braxton Tanner. His first bucket.
Braxton Tanner quick as a cat with that spin move, as you mentioned. Wow.
Dons working the perimeter. There's Bennett. Has to kick it out to Newell. He takes it to the hoop. He's fouled. No bucket. He'll get two shots nonetheless.
Yeah, that should be on Todd Williams, his first.
Got a foul on number 3, Williams.
So that is his first team foul against Maple Mountain. Pretty clean so far with just one team foul on each side.
Newell's got to make his free throws here if the Dons want any chance of winning this.
So that's a first miss. Here comes the second free throw for Newell. And he's got that one, so the Dons back to a 2-point lead at 6-4. Up top, Logan Green. Another one to watch at 12.5 a game. Here's Williams to Green right side. Green. They work down low, picked off by Gabe Oldham. He holds it up, kicks it over to Bennett. Right side, McGuire for three. Hunter McGuire.
Yeah, great ball movement by the Dons on that possession, and McGuire takes advantage of it by hitting that three.
McGuire had 28 points against Wasatch in a win on Tuesday. Nobody there to save that one for Newell.
Good idea, just got the ball out in front of Newell a little too much that time.
9-4 Spanish Fork with the lead early. Left side, Williams. Shot up, no, and the Dons unable to get the board. And foul committed will send Corbin Anderson to the free throw line.
Yeah, Hunter Sorensen will pick that one up, but Maple Mountain is getting a lot of offensive rebounds, unable to capitalize so far, though.
So to the free throw line for 2 shots, Corbin Anderson. He's got 2 points early on here for the Eagles. Locks first one down. As you mentioned, the Eagles beat the Dons by 11 down in Las Vegas. But not a lot of teams have really hung along with the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles this season, Chris. Spanish Fort did a pretty good job of containing them a little bit.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Maple Mountain's 10-1. Obviously, they got that #1 ranking in the RPI. So they've been hot this season.
Hunter Sorensen left side. Works it to Gabe Oldham. Oldham holds. Needs to get rid of it, and he does. There's Bennett again for 3. No rebound. Oldham can't get it out, so he's going to go up himself and throw it over the backboard out of bounds.
Pretty good defense that time by Todd Williams, despite not getting the rebound there.
So Logan Green bringing it up the floor for Maple Mountain. Inching toward the halfway point of the first quarter, and now what a play there by Green. Taking it all himself.
Yeah, Green had 28 in the last meeting of these 2 teams. Gets his first bucket there.
Bump and a foul. That one will be committed by Corbin Anderson, I believe.
That'll be his first. Just second team foul for the visitors.
Anderson, side out for the Dons.
So each side with 2. Underneath Newell, puts it up. Can't get it. Gets it back and puts it in. And Newell knocks that down. He has 3.
Yeah, great second effort by Newell, and Maple struggling to get some defensive rebounds themselves.
Tyler Nelson out. 3 ball on its way. Missed by Williams. Rebound at Spanish Fort Dons. Here they come. Left side. Bennett right to Newell. And the ball thrown away again.
Another turnover, and Spanish Forks, for whatever reason, struggles sometimes to get in an offensive flow. If they score, it's usually in transition, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, nice pass underneath. The right-hand shot won't fall, but getting the rebound on his own is Corbin Anderson. Lots of credit to him there. There's Braxton Tanner. To Green. They work it left. Tyler Nelson. No. Rebound to the Eagles, and the shot up and in. Anderson, he's got 6 early on for the Eagles.
Yeah, great third or fourth effort there by Anderson to get it up and in.
And that's just got to be frustrating for Spanish Fort, because they just cannot get space underneath to get boards.
Yeah, and they're running that 1-3-1 defense, so they got a lot of guys in position in the middle of the court there to come up with a rebound. It's just not happening.
Tyler Nelson right. Nelson, he's going to pull the trigger, miss, and another rebound by the Eagles. Shot up, that one won't go, and the Dons have it. Hunter Sorensen to Hunter McGuire. Oldham, wide open, could have taken it, did not. Newell. Bennett. Right-hander, no. Rebound to Maple Mountain. Oof. Ball on the floor. What are we going to get here? Oh, wow. Eagles get it out, and they're going to get an open layup by Tyler Nelson.
Yeah, great
Maple
job.
Mountain with their first lead of the game.
Scrappy play there by Maple Mountain. Just able to get it without traveling or turning it over on that.
Yeah, normally you're going to get somebody sliding or rolling around there. They're going to get a whistle. Hunter Sorensen. Don's working the perimeter. I think we've seen nothing but starters so far, Chris, both sides.
Yeah, there hasn't been a sub to my knowledge, and it's a pretty intense game. There's a lot of energy being exerted out there.
Left-hander up and in. Morley Bennett, he's got 5.
And that layup was a feat of beauty there.
Dons take it back. 3 on its way, and the Eagles take it back. Bucket by Tyler Nelson has 5, and we've got a timeout on the floor with 1:17 left. 15-13 Maple Mountain. Again, look at those sponsors. We got another one we would like to talk about right now. We have Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, located at 220 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. 801-798-9288, the number for Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance. You can visit his website at lancewilsoninsurance.com, offering auto, home, and property, along with life, health, banking products, annuities, and mutual funds. Lance Wilson at State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
That's right. All right.
Dramatic pause for you.
Minute 17 to go. Spanish Fork's going to get it after the three by Tyler Nelson. First three of the game for the Eagles of Maple Mountain High School. The Golden Eagles, if you want to go the long route. Their jerseys say Maple, I say Eagles. Ball knocked away, the Dons get it. A couple of new guys in for Spanish Fork, Andy Radford being one of them. Actually, just one new guy in, and that is Andy Radford in the number 22 jersey with it, angle left. Steps on the line, it travels.
Not the way he wanted to start in this game, but nonetheless, it happened.
So the Eagles have a substitution. Seth Cromanhook into the ball game, number 13, along with number 20, Jordan Moore, as he will pull the trigger and drain a three right out of the gate.
Both teams are going at a rapid pace. I think this probably will, the advantage goes to Maple, the Maple High School.
So Radford loses it. The Dons give it back up to the Maple Mountain Eagles. They're Maple Eagles. The Maple Goldens. However you want to do with this here. Okay. Logan Green bringing it up the floor, running the point for the Eagles. We've got Cromanhook out front. It looks like they may want the last shot here with a 5-point edge over the Dons of Spanish Fork. Logan Green out front.
The most impressive thing of this first quarter is that there's only been 4 fouls so far.
Under 10 seconds and a 3 release. The Dons have it, and they're going to have a shot if they hustle. Well, he's going the wrong way, though. Shot does get off and almost dumped. Nevertheless, the first quarter is coming to a close. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 18, the Spanish Fork Dons 13 here on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
All right, welcome me back here at La Hacienda, home of the Dons at Spanish Fork High School, as the Dons trail the Eagles of Maple Mountain High School, 18-13.
Yeah, Spanish Fork got off to an early lead. I think they were up 9-4. Might have been their largest lead, and then once Maple's taken the lead here, they've held on to it and they've thrown it to 5.
Zach Argyle into the game for the Dons, held it there. Looking underneath at Radford, back out. Sorensen can't connect on the 3, and a rebound, Cole Rollins of the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, and the Golden Eagles got hot from behind the three-point line there towards the end of that first quarter.
A couple of threes to end that quarter. Had gone most of the way without even seeing one until the end of it, which has given them the edge. Braxton Tanner back into the game for Maple. We look left. Rollins with it out front.
Spanish Fork switched to man-to-man defense, and there's been a little isolation play there by Maple.
I think now the Eagles are trying, for the most part, to feel out that Don's defense with the switch there since they've gone man. It's got them confused a little bit. Cooper Littledyke into the ball game also for Maple Mountain High School. Ball tipped, Dons get it. Here comes Hunter Sorensen, lays it up and in. Sorensen's first bucket.
A great job of Sorensen getting that up in the face of Seth Cromanhook that time.
Cromanhook's right on his heels. Rollins. And the Eagles are working left side. That nearly a travel.
The Dons switched their defense here to try and probably get some better rebounding.
And it's working so far. McGuire lays it up and in. Hunter McGuire, he's got 5.
And nice Euro step going into that layup there for McGuire. Or Rad. Who was that? That was McGuire?
Yeah, it was Hunter McGuire. Andy Radford picking up that foul. His first, third team foul for the Spanish Fort Dons. Fairly clean contest so far, Chris.
Yeah, both teams doing a great job of not initiating contact while playing great defense tonight, unlike last week where it was a foul fest.
Oh, yeah. Certainly. 3-ball on its way and good by Cooper Littledyke.
And Maples Mountain's just getting a ton of threes at the top of the line there.
21-17 for the Eagles. Radford loses it. And the wide open opportunity underneath squandered as the ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Littledyke. Just a little sharp there.
It was a little short that time, but that's a catch you got to make if you're Littledyke.
That's right. 5:48 remaining here in the second. Hunter Sorensen bringing it across the timeline for Spanish. Left side, McGuire to Zach Argyle. Back to Hunter for the 3. Hunter McGuire,
Nice.
8 points.
Nice perimeter pick and roll that time.
3 on the other end missed, and we've got a whistle. Who's it against? Same Spanish Fork will pick that one up as Cooper Littledyke missed that 3-pointer prior to the foul. Sorensen will pick that one up. That's number 2 for him.
Yeah. Looks like Spanish Fork was picked as a dead last in Region 8. They're playing here with the team that was picked close to the top or to win it, depending on who you talk to.
Jordan Moore with the bucket. He's got 5 with limited minutes. Yeah, and as of right now, Chris, you look at that RPI, the Dons would actually be a team to host a first-round game.
They play Olympus right here at La Hacienda.
Being right on that bubble spot. Oh, and he got it back. They're going to call him for a charge. Hunter McGuire lost it midair. Somehow the bucket went in, but wipe it away.
Littledyke's hobbling there on the sideline, and they're trying to sub for him, but he's saying he's fine.
Number 2, Oldham.
But it was Todd Williams that took the charge that time for Maple.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Cooper Littledyke out there. He's still kind of favoring his right leg, the right leg without the brace on it. But he has it out front. Morley Bennett guarding Logan Green, who kicks it out, throws it away. The Dons have it. Maple Mountain still with just 2 team fouls down. Spanish Fort Dons now with 5. And 2 now on Hunter McGuire.
Both teams catching their breath here for a second. It's been a pretty action-filled game so far.
Yeah, certainly. Hunter Sorensen trying to find the open man, finds him. 3-ball on the way by Remy Newell, misses, and a rebound to the Golden Eagles. And Logan Green bringing it up the floor as scoring is slowing up a little bit here. Green outside, Moore for three, misses, rebound and a whistle. And a foul on Zach Argyle on the rebound will put Maple Mountain in a situation. They're 1-1 after this.
Yeah, and they've only committed 2 fouls themselves. That last 3 attempt by Jordan Moore had great position. I thought that was going to go in, and it was way off.
An easy bucket underneath for Braxton Tanner, leading scorer for Maple Mountain, as we've got a foul off the
Todd
ball.
Williams?
Actually not during the shot. That is his second.
Check it back in. Anderson for the Eagles.
He's got 2/3 of the fouls there for Maple Mountain, and he'll find his way to the end of the bench.
He heads out, take a break. Newell with a long three, no rebound to the Eagles.
Newell can hit him, he just hasn't connected tonight yet.
Tyler Nilsson. They work it left. Jordan Moore with it, looking underneath. The ball rattles around. The Dons have it. Here they come. Haven't seen much from Gabe Oldham as of yet for Spanish Fort, leading scorer.
Looked like Argyle got hacked there.
And he's going to pick that foul up right there, being in the wrong spot at the wrong time, as Corbin Anderson's going to the line for 2 shots.
And Corbin Anderson needed a landing spot and found Zach Argyle, leans into him, and he'll get 2 free throws here.
Anderson at the line.
Or is it 1 and 1? No, it's 2.
It's 2 shot. You know what? Right now, I mean, with the fouls as lopsided as they are, Dons have to be very careful with how often they're going to send this very good free throw shooting team to the line.
And Maple Mountain always does the little things right, like hitting free throws, limiting turnovers, and that's, you know, a well-coached team by Johnny Everett.
Johnny Everett is nobody to be chuckled at as far as coaches are concerned at the high school level here, and especially in this Region 8.
An early star himself in the 90s for the Springville Red Devils.
Yeah. Knows the game inside and out. Underneath, Newell can't handle it. Here come the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, excuse me. Tyler Nelson. Ball loose on the floor, picked up again by Anderson.
Argyle's about ready to pick up his 3rd foul.
Another foul on the Dons. Braxton Tanner going to the line for 2 shots. Oldham picking it up.
Gets his first foul of the game here, and Braxton Tanner can put this lead up to 9.
Yeah, suddenly Maple Mountain's just peeling away from the Dons. The Dons really on a cold streak.
And we mentioned not having those long droughts and not scoring, but the issue is Spanish Fork's offense really seems to rely on transition basketball, and Maple Mountain's not missing too many shots.
No. Taking away the transition. Wow, what a bounce there as it falls for Tanner. He now has 6. Argyle to Sorensen. Dons in their half-court game. 2:29 remaining. Oldham looks underneath, and another near turnover as Maple Mountain fights for it, and it ends up off the Maple Mountain Eagles. Back to the Dons as a couple players subbing in for Remington Newell and also Zach Argyle.
And that last pass, Newell had 4 guys around him, but they still tried to get it into him.
Yeah, that was just ill-advised there. Dons trying to spread it out a little more and make it a little smaller, and they're going to call that a kick.
Spanish Fork's going to have to hit some threes if they want to get back in this game, because Maple Mountain is just plugging the middle here.
Yeah, I mean, again, we mentioned that they're not a huge basketball team, but man, their athleticism underneath is what makes it so difficult for the interior pass to occur.
Yeah, you think you'd be able to post up Newell or Oldham down low, but it's impossible with how pesky that zone defense is.
Foul on Spanish Fork's Gabe Oldham. That's his 2nd. Team foul number 9.
Oldham was straight up and down, kind of leaned a little bit. I think that's a good call there, and we'll see if Braxton Tanner can get another good bounce on his free throws.
So far, the team 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. Still perfect. That's what makes a team very, very hard to beat, Chris, is teams that are, if they can make their free throws.
Especially when you're as athletic as Maple Mountain getting to the line.
They got their first miss.
We had to try really hard to get that announcer's curse.
Yeah, that's right. Right side, McGuire. Up top to Bennett.
Just
Bennett angle left to Sorensen.
Maple Mountain just daring him to shoot it outside.
And McGuire can't connect. Maple Mountain will get it. Logan Green bringing it across the floor, running the point for Maple Mountain High School. They look underneath. Number 14, it's Braxton Tanner with another bucket. He has 9 for the Eagles. Radford underneath, gets it out. Newell off his foot to Radford. Nice looking pass there.
Great pass, well designed.
Radford left hand, no. Rebound to the Eagles. Steal by Hunter Sorensen.
They had 4 on 3 and just couldn't take advantage of it.
Hunter Sorensen angle left. Right side Bennett. He takes a drive. He's fouled certainly that time, and the Dons will get their first 2 free throws of the contest. Actually, they had 2 earlier.
That'll be Corbin Anderson's second foul.
Only 4 for the Eagles, but they have 2 guys with 2 fouls.
That's
Corbin
crazy.
Anderson and Todd Williams both have 2. First of 2 for Morley Bennett. He's got 6. 32-21. The score for Maple Mountain. Still not out of the questions for the Dons clawing their way back into this one, but they're going to need to start making some field goals.
Yeah, definitely, and they've just let this lead extend to double digits, and it's tough to come back from a double-digit lead, especially as well as Maple Mountain's been playing, hitting the boards, and, you know, small, but definitely the quicker team is Maple Mountain out there.
Number 13, Cade Olson in for the Dons, a sophomore, as he has the ball out there and coming up with a steal. Radford for 3. Got it. Andy Radford's first bucket of the game. And the Dons inch their way to within 7 as the half nears an end. Three on its way after the nice pass, and that is how the first half is going to end. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles head to the locker room with a 32-25 lead over the Spanish Fort Dons. We'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
32-25, the lead for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles over the Spanish Fort Dons here at the half. Crosstown rivalry here at Spanish Fort between these two teams. Chris, that first half featured some ups and downs. Spanish Fort took a few more downs than Maple Mountain did in that first half. How are they going to reverse that for half number 2 to bring this a little bit closer for the second?
Well, they tried playing that 1-3-1 defense, and they struggled to get some boards there. And so then they switched to man-to-man, and they really, Maple Mountain did a great job. As we can see all the fans that showed up here for Maple Mountain. They seem pretty pumped and excited to go. But yeah, for Spanish Fork, I think they've got to find some ways to make some turnovers, get in an offensive flow, get this game going up and down. But the problem is that plays right into Maple Mountain's hands, because they execute well in transition well, and they like an up and down ball game.
Yeah, certainly. And you know, we talk about runs. The Dons really found themselves in a situation where we were thinking, man, this is a spot where Maple Mountain could just pull away and take off. But you get some good contributors like Hunter McGuire for the Dons. Andy Radford hit a big 3 in the second quarter that kind of ignited the team a little bit more, bring it a little bit closer to where it's just a 7-point game, certainly manageable.
Yeah, I think also they got to get Oldham and Newell going. Combined, they have 5 points.
Yeah, between them there's 5 points, and between them on average, the Dons get 30 a game out of these two guys. So certainly we're going to say good job to, you know, Maple Mountain for taking these guys out of the game, but it's an opportunity also, Chris, for those other guys to kind of step it up a little bit more and contribute a little more. And guys like Hunter McGuire and Morley Bennett have done so. McGuire with 8, Bennett with 7 for Spanish Fort. We look at Maple Mountain, on the other hand. Their leading scorer, Braxton Tanner, who averages 14 a game, he had 9 in the first half, so he's doing his part. But Logan Green, who averages 12 and a half a game, he only had a bucket. So, you know, you've got guys that you key on, but you really expect those guys to step it up in half number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, shocking that Green only has 2 points. But on the other side, I'm shocked Oldham only has 2, because Spanish Fork has leaned heavily on him, especially in their wins. So, yeah, it should be a good second half. We'll see what adjustments they make. I'm really curious to see what defense Spanish Fork tries to play, because Maple Mountain does a great job of the pick and roll, but so does Spanish Fork.
This half and the analysis of that first half sponsored by Two Jacks Pizza, located at 30 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. 801-798-8601, the phone number there. You want to check out the menu, you can go to twojackpizza.com. It's the best pizza you're going to have ever. We promise. If not, Chris Hurst is going to pay for it himself, right?
Absolutely, because it is the greatest pizza on earth.
All right.
Read the small print at the bottom of the disclaimer, though.
We're not responsible for anything we say, is a disclaimer. Pizza, pasta, breads, wings, salads, cold drinks, dine-in, take-out. They have home delivery as well. Call Two Jacks Pizza at 30 North Main in Spanish Fork. Again, the number, 801-798-8601. Please don't burden Chris with your financial issues.
No, I'm coming after Alan if they do.
Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is another sponsor that we have. We'd like to mention real quick as we get closer toward the end of the half. They're located at 1550 North Main Street. And better yet, you have an issue, you better hop on the phone and call them. 801-798-7711. Certainly you don't want to get caught in the weather we have right now with a heating issue, right, Chris?
Absolutely.
So if you do have any of that going on, call Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, 798-7711. Their website, tripletheating.com. Expert in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services in Utah County and Washington County. Their family-owned company aims to make your home comfortable no matter what season it is, so call Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Now, Chris, we look forward between with these two teams going forward. Maple Mountain, they have, and of course I'm going to lose my sheet right now. Yeah, they're at Payson. they have Payson at home actually on Tuesday. And that is January 14th at 7 p.m. in the Dons. Of course, that game will be here on Spanish Fork 17. Or you can go online at youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Another way to catch these games if you're not a subscriber. So you have family members that want to see these games. They can see them live with their cell phone. How great is that? Technology these days. When I first started announcing games, Chris.
Was that when Brother Brigham just came
let me
across
tell
the
you,
plains?
almost. With the technology Spanish Fork 17 had then versus now, it was just painful. I remember doing a game. This is no lie, and I'm about to go in shock right now because I see Coach White's Nelson wearing Maple Mountain stuff. Legendary baseball coach here at Spanish Fork High School, but now an assistant principal there. But man, I remember we did a game up at Mountain Crest High School, a baseball game. They put us on metal bleachers. For whatever reason, if the microphone came anywhere near your mouth, you got currents pumped into your face, and it hurt tremendously.
Well, think of the benefits. A lot of people pay a lot of money for electroshock therapy. You got it for free, Alan.
That's right.
Spanish Fork 17.
That's right. Spanish Fork will be host on Tuesday night against the Salem Hills Skyhawks. So that will certainly be one that you'll want to check out. Salem Hills is ranked number 3? Or no, they're further down. They're 19 and Spanish Fork 16. In that RPI,
but they're 2-0.
As you see, their region record now is 2-0. So that'll be a fun one. You might want to come and check out at Spanish Fork High School. But again, Maple Mountain will be taking on the Lions of Payson High on January 14th. You see those RPI rankings from our region. Man, look at that, 1, 3, and 4.
Looks a lot like football season. They did all right in the playoffs, but not as expected according to the rankings.
Yep. You never really get a full understanding until you put them all head to head. But man, the region's looking tough.
Should be I imagine when Maple Mountain plays Springville, that'll be an interesting game.
Oh, certainly.
Springville's size versus Maple Mountain's athleticism.
Yeah, Springville. What's his name again? That big kid, the Vizentine. Josh Vizentine or something like that.
Justin.
Okay, that's right.
Oh, Zachary Vizentine.
Zach. Gosh.
I looked it up. He's going to play for Idaho State after high school.
Basketball?
Basketball.
I know. Good for him. Get out of this cold weather and go somewhere warm like Idaho State. Off the side of the board. Springville with it. Dons turn it over, or the Eagles turn it over, and there's Gabe Oldham. He got stuffed by the rim. He's going to catch it from the Eagles here in the fan base. 3 ball. Off the top of the back. Rebound Dons. Right side, Andy Radford starting the second half, pulls the trigger, misses. Andy's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 3.
And both teams aren't shy about taking the 3 here early in this third quarter.
Certainly. You mentioned earlier Dax Tanner had 9, but also Corbin Anderson had 8 for Maple Mountain in that first half to lead the Golden Eagles. Dons again, Hunter McGuire with 8, Morley Bennett with 7. Oh, they didn't give him shooting foul there.
I don't know how that works because he definitely was shooting when they called the foul.
Dons with it, angle left. Bennett caught in the key, kicks it out. Hunter McGuire up top.
A lot of energy here between these two student bodies. This is a close game. It's going to get loud in here.
Yeah, you can feel the rivalry tension heating up as Oldham shows why he's the leader of the Dons. He now has 4. See if he can get things heated up for himself here in the second half. 3 ball. Way off. Rebound Dons. Shot missed by Green. Sorensen up top to Radford. Right side to Bennett. Trying to clear space. Does so. Sorensen for 3. No. Rebound. Got to try to stay off the back there. And they do. Eagles have it as Corbin Anderson picked up that board.
Yeah, Spanish Fork sticking with that man-to-man defense here. It helped him in rebounding.
Braxton Tanner on the left side to Logan Green. Green back out to Tanner, pull the trigger on the three and dumped it. Tanner now with 12. The lead back up to 8 and the turnover. The ball goes back to the Eagles.
They got a 8-point lead here. And the ball, let's see if they can pull back ahead here and run Spanish Fork out of the gym.
Looking to do so. Randerson in the key, almost gets space there, got caught up. Tanner to Green. Green stuffed. Here come the Dons. Radford, nice spin move, puts it up and in.
Yeah, great block by Oldham there. Great assist as well.
Andy Radford with a bucket and the ball out of bounds to the Dons.
And we got the drum set involved in that play as well.
It's a ball catcher.
Finally a good use of drums.
Hunter Sorensen with it across the timeline. It can be annoying sometimes, right? Especially if they're in the confines of your own house.
Absolutely. Yeah, my brothers all played the drums.
Oh. Heaven forbid anybody in that household got a headache.
Well, you know, when you get a couple of drum sets in the basement, it can get pretty loud.
Ball out of bounds to the Eagles. Up the court, 3-ball, missed that time by Tanner. Here comes Hunter McGuire for the Dons. Wants to take it coast to coast, throws it away.
It's turning into church basketball. This happens every high school game for a couple minutes, and we might be in that phase.
Tanner, Braxton Tanner now with 14. Up right at his season average, ball out of bounds.
See at the bottom of your screen all game long. Ryan Kunzler works the officials like an aficionado, actually.
Yeah, he stays right in there on that side. By the end of the game, the officials have a friend or an enemy, one or the other.
Maybe a frenemy.
Yeah. I mean, he's not getting any technicals, so certainly he's got to be saying a few good things. Oldham open for 3, no rebound. Right back to Spanish Fork. Bennett looks underneath. Nice play to Gabe Oldham. Yeah. What a pass from Hunter Sorensen. Tanner on transition and a foul. Wow.
Great hustle back by Gabe Oldham. Tanner wants the goaltending here. The officials are going to get together. I don't know what happened so fast.
I don't think it got did it ever touch the rim or backboard. I think it was still on its way up.
Let's see here. It was still on its way up.
Yep. And the catch, Morley Bennett with the foul. That's his first. Team foul 1 for the Dons, so 2 shots coming for Braxton Tanner, and he knocks down the first. So far, Maple Mountain has missed just 1 free throw, and that was Tanner that missed it, but he's 4 of 5, make it 4 of 6. On the rebound, turns into just a 1-point play for the Eagles.
I thought that thing was in from Todd Williams that time.
Charging foul on Bennett, and he's upset.
He's picked up 2 quick ones now.
Man, it seems like the entire Dons roster has 2 fouls. Look at that, Chris. Look at that. Gabe Oldham with 2 fouls. Zach Argyle 2 fouls. Morley Bennett 2 fouls. Hunter McGuire 2 fouls. Andy Radford 2 fouls. Hunter Sorensen 1. So talk about spreading them out.
At least nobody's in foul trouble yet.
No. 2-1 the fouls here in the second half of Spanish Fork.
But only 3 fouls so far in this half.
Wow.
Combined.
Nice play by Green for the bucket. Logan Green. And it's a 9-point lead again for Maple Mountain.
That seems like Spanish Fork cuts it to 4 or 5, and Maple Mountain just puts it back up to 9.
McGuire can't connect on a 3, and here come the Eagles of Maple. Green, right side, looking underneath to Braxton Tanner. Keep an eye on both of those guys.
Braxton Tanner spins fast, but great job by Oldham keeping up with him that time.
Tyler Nelson with it. Loses a dribble, and they got a timeout called. Nice job, Johnny Everett. Johnny Everett right in the ear of the official calling that timeout. Just a 30-second one, so that'll give us an opportunity again to thank one of our wonderful sponsors, the Driggs Mortgage Team, 92 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Phone number 385-434-1598. All of our sponsors, as you see there, we want to thank all those guys, but this time we're going to focus on Driggs. Website loansbygreg.com. There is no substitute for experience when it comes to the Driggs Mortgage Team. Full service mortgage services with a team of professionals that want to treat you like family, helping you through the whole process. Greg Driggs, the guy you want to talk to. 385-434-1598. All right, so hopefully in that timeout we can calm things down a little bit. I'm starting to get a little frazzled up here, Chris.
It is pretty intense in this gym. It actually feels really good. We've been to some of these games and it's felt like I've been in an art museum, but tonight that's not the case.
Yeah.
Kunzler's 10 feet on the floor. This is great.
Yeah, if you had a little wide-angle lens, you'd see Ryan Kunzler a few feet out onto the playing surface. Ball knocked away, and now he backs off. And Radford, right-handers goes.
Yeah, nice razzle-dazzle shot there by Radford, and lead cuts the lead to 7 here.
Now 7 for Radford off the bench. 2:15 remaining here in the third quarter. 3 ball on its way by Tanner, missed, and there was a push. Nobody called it.
And Moore got away with the foul that time.
Yeah. Logan Green gets a bucket.
Maybe there's a reason we only have 3 fouls combined. The refs are swallowing the whistle.
Yes, they have. Oldham up top, throws it away, and here come the Eagles. Their 9-point lead looking to add to it. Ball knocked away by Spanish. Radford on the defense. Shot up and in by Hunter McGuire. He's got 10.
Great shot by McGuire. The one thing Spanish Fork hasn't been doing is they haven't been playing Newell. I see him getting ready to check in, but they've had to go with the more athletic lineup here to match Maple Mountain's lineup.
Yeah, Newell has been quiet for the most part for the Dons. Kick it back out. 3 on its way and missed.
Oh my goodness.
We have a foul against Maple Mountain. Corbin Anderson just picked up his 3rd.
Yeah, he's wondering why he got a foul, but both guys going for the ball. I'm glad I didn't have to make that call.
Yeah, that was kind of just a train collision.
Luckily, they didn't hit heads.
2 guys going opposite directions at the same speed. Somebody's going to lose that battle.
And the officials have to make a foul call.
Yep. It's on who whines less. Right side, Hunter McGuire. Kicks it over left to Bennett. Morley Bennett holds up. Back to McGuire. Dons work the perimeter, and things are just not working out for perimeter to inside passes for Spanish Fork are not panning out.
Yeah, they're just down a touchdown here, so maybe if they can get in the red zone. No.
Yeah. Get close.
I don't know what you're...
We're under a minute already, Chris. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's because there's been very few foul calls, very few turnovers. It's been a quick-moving quarter.
Something tells me this thing hangs on close. We get to the 4th quarter, this game is going to take what would seem like forever. Underneath, Newell kicks it back out to Andy Radford, holds it up. Bennett puts it up, scored. Morley Bennett with 9.
That was a grown-up layup that time by Morley Bennett.
21 on the clock. 5-point lead for Maple. 13 is Cole Rollins in the game. Along with Cooper Littledyke. Rollins kicks it left side 3 ball, no good. And that's going to be the way this third quarter ends, as Bennett in desperation, McGuire in desperation, can't get it to go. Oh, I need a breath. We'll be back. 42-37 Maple Mountain.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
I definitely recommend the Driggs team. They're amazing.
Hi, I'm Greg with the Driggs Mortgage Team, where we believe there's no substitute for experience. Stop by our office today on Main Street and let us help you get into your brand new home.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
We're back, underway. This quarter begins, and just like that, the Dons are within a shot of the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles.
And they're on a 6-0 run here. Cut that 9-point lead to 3.
Morley Bennett with 10. At the conclusion of the game, the MVP Sports sponsors our MVP of the game. We'll pick one from both sides tonight. Oldham, got it! Dons to within 1. And just like that, a whistle.
Young Andy Radford is going to pick up his 3rd.
Side out for the Eagles. Check back in. Number 0, Green.
Dons with their 3rd team foul. Hunter McGuire's going to take a break.
Feels like we're going to get a bunch of fouls now in this quarter. Yeah. This scene will drag out.
Yep. As I said, if we get this game much closer than what it was, this thing could really drag. Don't expect a whole lot of fouling early. Working it up top, Tanner. Braxton Tanner with 15 points in this one to lead all scorers. Don's leading scorer at this point, Morley Bennett with 11.
Braxton Tanner's done an excellent job of getting to the free throw line as well tonight.
Cole Rollins back out to Tanner. There's Logan Green. The ball kicked back out. A lot of people out on the perimeter for Maple Mountain. Nice shot as a bucket goes by Cole Rollins. That's his first bucket of the game.
And Rollins got kneed right in the head after making that shot.
I was going to say, there's a little extracurricular going on there. 3 by Oldham. No, rebound out of bounds to the Eagles. So we're back to a 3-point game for Maple. They look to extend.
Cade Olson tipping that one out. We're seeing quite a few guys here playing for both teams now.
Play interrupted as Radford out, Hunter McGuire in for the Dons. Dons with Cade Olson out there, sophomore. Hunter Sorensen out there, along with Morley Bennett, Gabe Oldham, Hunter McGuire. Maple Mountain, Cole Rollins, Jordan Moore, Braxton Tanner, Logan Green, and Todd Williams.
Williams, oh, you're fine. Maple Mountain does a great job of moving without the ball as Braxton Tanner gets another opportunity at the line.
Do they not know how delicate those bleachers are?
We got the Maple Mountain student body jumping up and down, and it's not, appreciated there by the teaching staff at Maple Mountain.
Yeah. Long time Spanish Fort Don. Now the athletic director, Dave Boyack, up there trying to control that Maple Mountain crowd. Spanish Fort track coach for years and years before being called over to the new school when Maple Mountain opened. 1 of 2 drops for Tanner. He's got 16. 3 ball for Hunter Sorensen. Oh, rattles out. Ball knocked away. Yeah, they're not going to call a foul, which they might have been able to do so, but the ball back to Spanish Fort.
And it looks like Morley Bennett's came up a little slow. He seems to be fine now.
Yeah, tough player out there.
When he takes it to the hoop, it's very impressive.
Yeah, he shows little fear. He's got it left side.
Uses the granny pass that time.
I mean, I was just watching it on our monitor here. When these students for Maple Mountain jump, there's a concrete floor where our cameras are platformed, and it shakes those cameras. It's quite impressive.
Hashtag earthquake.
Yeah.
Trending on Twitter, I guess. I don't know these things.
Mikkel Thompson and Hunter are attorneys at law here in Spanish Fork, 642 Kirby Lane, number 105 in Spanish Fork. Once again, 801-798-9000. Their website is utahlegalteam.com. They have expertise in personal injury, accidents, low-cost bankruptcy, family, and criminal law. Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law, as that was just a 30-second timeout. And I'm 4-point game.
After that pizza promise, I've got to make a call to them on Monday and see what I'm liable for.
That's right. I know at some point somebody's going to throw this right back on my shoulders, aren't they? Okay, Don's to inbound. Working the perimeter with Gabe Oldham up on top. Holds and holds and holds, gets it back out. Hunter McGuire kicks it to Olsen, to Sorensen. Oldham got it. Oldham heating up, he's got 10.
It hits that from the elbow of the free throw line that time, and we got ourselves a 2-point ball game.
2-point game. Oldham waking up finally out of the first half sleep. And the ball, what do they call it, a kick? Wow.
Some are saying it hit Gabe Oldham's thigh, just mostly him.
Well, if he's the one that's throwing the thigh out there, then you call it. But, okay. 4:46 remaining in this one. Fouls are still low. The Dons with 4, Maple Mountain 2.
I'd be worried about getting to the end of the game and then needing to foul multiple times to get the team shooting.
Yeah, you can do that pretty quick, though. Miss there on the 3 by Green. Here come the Dons. Right side, Radford. The ball knocked away and stolen by Tanner. He's doubled up, and the Dons get it back. 3 ball. Newell! The Dons with the lead.
They haven't led since midway in the first quarter. Making an epic comeback here.
Up top, Tanner. Right side, Todd Williams. Jordan Moore gives it up to Nelson.
That's the most noise I've heard from the Spanish Fort student body in years.
3 ball. No, but a rebound by the Eagles. Logan Green. He's going to take it down low to Tanner for the bucket.
Great job by
Seesaw time, baby.
Yeah, great job by Tanner getting open down low, and we'll see how long the seesaw goes.
I love it. These 1-point games. Forget the 2s. That just equals overtime, but a bucket drops for McGuire. 12 for him.
Yeah, Maple Mountain, the #1 team in the Utah Class 5A RPI, Spanish Fort, the 16th, looking for the upset.
Tanner fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. He now has 18.
And they're going to rename the free throw line the Braxton Tanner line here at La Hacienda, the way this game's been going.
I'd say. First, dropped. Tanner now with 19 points. Leading all scores, game tied at 48. Oh, what a good game this one's turned out to be, Chris.
Oh, absolutely. Both teams throwing haymakers at each other and taking them and answering back.
Love it. 2 cross-town rival teams out of the same Region 8.
Good old man-to-man defense on both sides. This is great high school basketball.
Hold against Maple Mountain. Be their 3rd foul. Jordan Moore picking up number 1. Team foul number 3. Combined the first half and the second half, the Dons will be 1-1. 17 fouls all game long. Back and forth. 3 ball on the way from Radford, way short. Eagles with it. Don't get too crazy yet. You're the Dons. Don't hit panic mode.
Just play your game. Play within yourself. Maple Mountain taking it up top, trying to chew some clock here.
Timeout. Maple Mountain. Johnny Averett wants to give his guys a talking to. 2:13 remaining here in the 4th quarter, and this will be a full timeout. Who am I missing, Chris? MVP Sports. It's a place I work. I should remember them once in a while. They pay to handle my paycheck. 72 North Main Street in Spanish Fort. 801-798-3587, the number at MVP. Website, MVPSportsUtah.com. It's almost time to start worrying about baseball season, oddly enough. Teams are starting to pick up where they left off last year, a lot of the Super League teams. We encourage you to come and get uniform orders taken care of now. Payson Lions head to Maple Mountain Tuesday, January 14th at 7 o'clock. Tune in here at Spanish Fort 17 as that game will tip off again at 7 between an 0-2 Payson team and a 2-0 Maple Mountain team. We'll see where these two teams stand after tonight's contest.
Yeah, and Payson's ranked 14th in the RPI.
Yeah.
So still sitting at getting a home game. The nice thing is if your region has a lot of good RPI scores heading into region play, well, it stays that way.
Yep.
If we learned anything from football.
Yep. Bucket good by Logan Green. Nice play there. He's got 8.
Yeah, Spanish Fort's got to slow it down, get a good shot here. There's plenty of time. Just down 3.
McGuire, no, gets a board, score it. McGuire with 14 to lead the Dons.
Nice offensive board there, and he slops in the second shot.
Back to 1. Tanner out front. Now is Maple Mountain, are they wanting clock to fizzle away here, Chris? You get a turnover and it could turn against you in a big way.
I think what they got to do is maybe take a few seconds off and then maybe design something for Braxton Tanner down low.
Logan Green out with it, trying to find a cutting Tanner. Can't, puts it up on his own, misses. But a rebound by the Eagles. Shot up, no! Rebound, Newell. And the Dons have it tipped, but the official where the ball goes out of bounds doesn't see it and gives it to Maple Mountain.
Ball was tipped that time. Trajectory changed, and that's a huge call missed.
At least, I mean, we don't have a great angle here. I'm just going off of Ryan Kunzler and his animation on the sideline there. Seemed like maybe he was going to interfere with Braxton Tanner inbounding the ball there.
That's one way to get a steal and or a technical.
42 ticks left. 51-50. Now, if you're the Dons, when is the right time to foul?
I guess right now is they're not going to call it as bodies are hitting the floor.
I don't know that the Dons need to right here, but they're going to.
They need just one more.
McGuire picks that up. It's his third. Again, I mean, you know.
Hunter Sorensen needs to try and find somebody to foul.
Yeah, he has
just one.
Team foul number 6 on the Dons. Oh, okay. Well, there's your RPI rankings. Be interesting to see what happens to them after tonight.
Well, I assume if Maple Mountain holds on, they'll stay number 1, but Spanish Fork probably won't drop too far. And then, yeah, it should be interesting. And I'm curious to see how this region goes, because we've seen both Maple Mountain and Springville seemed like a very physical, methodical team, and Maple Mountain's got a lot of athleticism on their team, and I think Spanish Fork's shown that they can play with anybody.
Something interesting I'm looking at here as we look at the region records, which mean nothing at this point. Well, they mean something, but really, RPI's the only thing that matters anymore. But we look at, I'm looking at this. Maple Mountain has attempted quite a few free throws, but only 2 guys have attempted free throws. Well, who are you looking for to foul if you're Spanish Fork at this point? I look out on the floor, and Jordan Moore's a non-starter. Maybe, well, no, he is a starter, so you have all your starters out there. Who do you foul here?
Apparently nobody. Just get the rebound.
Oh, Morley Bennett. What a play there by Logan Green as Morley Bennett commits the foul, and Green just muscles it home and could put this into a 2-possession contest with 1 stroke. Wow.
Yeah.
You got to make a decision to foul at a certain point.
Well, if he makes this free throw, it's huge, but Spanish Fork still doesn't even have to shoot a 3. There's 24.8 seconds. If I've learned anything from watching the NCAA tournament my entire life, is the last 25 seconds of a ball game can last actually an hour, and anything can happen.
Yep, I've been there, done that with all of the action that I've witnessed in basketball, especially at this level. Oh. Again, Maple Mountain plays Payson Tuesday at home. If you're a Maple Mountain fan, it'll be at Maple Mountain High School, 7 o'clock. Dons, the same night, will be hosting the Salem Hills Skyhawks. So Dons fans, you can visit La Hacienda on Tuesday night. Check out the Dons and the Skyhawks, another rival game. Seems like in this region, there's a bunch of rivals.
It's nice to have all the Nebo school district schools in the same region as well.
Man, they just like to knock each other's teeth in, don't they? Logan Green to make it a 2-possession game, and he does. 54-50. Hunter Sorensen across the timeline. Maple Mountain can foul away. And you know what? That bodes really well for the Eagles here, Chris. Because they inbound. You don't have to foul them immediately, but just make sure you foul them
when they're not shooting. Yeah. If you're Spanish Fork, if you're getting fouled, throw up a 3. You get 3 free throws, and you've got a wet spot there on the floor.
Yeah, Logan Green will pick up that foul as Matt Christensen, the principal of Spanish Fork High School, is taking care of business.
Very versatile. We got Coach Kunzler, Logan Green getting a State Farm assist there.
That's right. Lance Wilson State Farm assist. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors for tonight's game, as we'll go through a review of them again at the conclusion.
And no matter who you're cheering for, it's been a great played game, great intensity from the fans.
Absolutely.
Cameras are shaking as the students are jumping up and down, and they're trying to get them to
he out there, man, that's just got to be. I mean, they're packed them to the rafters tonight, Chris.
Yeah, they got the whole student body filled. So I thought Springville brought a lot of students. Maple Mountain almost doubled them up.
Okay. Just like that, Maple Mountain has found Corbin Anderson in foul trouble with his fourth, and now Braxton Tanner picking up his first. So now the timeout will be taken, and the discussion will be had.
Yeah.
Let's wait. Let's do this now so that we don't have to talk about it at the end of the game. Let's thank all our sponsors all at once. The car guys at Blue Diamond Auto Group, Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Two Jacks Pizza, Driggs Mortgage Team. Of course, there's no substitute for experience with Driggs. And Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law. So a big thank you to those sponsors. Now, Chris, what do you do if you're the Dons? What are you looking for?
I'm probably looking, hey, if there's, well, Maple Mountain's not going to foul anymore.
No.
They're in the bonus.
Yep.
So I'm looking, if I don't have a quick shot, lay up to the basket, look for the 3-ball, see if you can't make it, get a long rebound, put it back up and in. But they're going to have to go fast with 17.6. They can't dribble 10 seconds off the clock here.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at how quickly Maple Mountain was committing those fouls there. I mean, you know, they were getting some short passes off the side and they were just immediately fouling. As if Spanish was about to shoot. I thought maybe they could get another 2 or 3 seconds. Newell for 3, way out there, doesn't convert. Morley Bennett fouled. Nice play by Morley Bennett.
That looks like that's the end of Corbin Anderson's night for Maple Mountain.
That's it for him. And with his few fouls, his Maple Mountain is committed tonight. I mean, he has 5 of Maple Mountain's 11 fouls.
That's pretty impressive.
I think all the rest of the roster is pretty much okay as far as foul trouble is concerned.
Yeah. Let's see. Todd Williams has 2. He might need to worry if we go into quadruple overtime.
If we go till midnight, which...
You never know.
You never know. It could. 11 ticks left. The Dons are going to need to get these free throws and immediate foul. Bennett. Oh, missed it. Between these two teams in a game like this, you want so bad, Chris, to see this thing go into extras.
Doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight.
Got the second one, so let's see what happens here. Maybe pull off a turnover and knock down a tray.
The JV game went into overtime, so
why not
happen.
this? Why not here?
I think these refs earn that stipend check.
Foul as Todd Williams will go to the free throw line. He has not attempted a free throw yet for the Eagles of Maple Mountain High School.
Yeah, Todd Williams, big moment here for him. Senior here can put this game away.
Dons bring in their rebounders. Maple Mountain pulling almost everyone off the line. This is a 1-and-1, Chris. Remember that. Dons are going to need a rebound, a quick timeout. Knocks it down. Big free throw. It's been scoreless all night and hits that one when it's clutch.
A great clutch free throw. We'll see if he puts this second one. That's really going to put Spanish Fork in a huge deficit.
Let me tell you something. We'll bring this up as soon as these seconds tick down a little bit. Timeout. Spanish Fork. Right. That goes to show how well these kids are prepared for situations, Chris. Look at that shake. Look at that.
And they're not going to stop him from jumping now.
No, I mean, right now you've got poor Dave Boyack just sitting there going, man, I've lost these kids. I don't know what to do. But you have a kid who hasn't scored all night long. You put him in a clutch situation with 7.2 ticks. and he's got to make two. He's got to make one free throw. Certainly has to make the one. Hopefully he's going to make the two. And he dumps them both. That just shows that these kids are prepared for any situation.
Yeah, hasn't hardly played. We got the Maple Mountain student body, and they've been making a lot of noise. All in white, except for that poor girl who didn't get the Snapchat group text or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wow. So, all right, 7.2. We're getting set to begin again. Take our focus off of those raucous Maple Mountain fans.
Go back to Spanish Fork.
Yeah, go back to Spanish Fork where you belong. 3 ball by Bennett. No, and that's pretty much going to do it as Newell attempts the 3, and he misses. That bucket's going to count for Hunter Sorensen, and that is going to conclude the game. But, man, what a great one it's been tonight. 56-53, Maple Mountain. As we close this one out, we're going to take a quick break. Back with analysis after this.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Need a new car or truck? Come to the guys you trust. The Car Guys are part of the Blue Diamond Auto Group, and they have the best selection of quality vehicles at the best prices for your budget. The Blue Diamond Auto Group with the Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
All right, Chris, final score. Maple Mountain Eagles 56, Spanish Fork Dons 53. MVP Sports sponsors tonight's MVP of the game. Chris, I'm going to let you go ahead and pick Maple Mountain's player of the game.
Well, let's go with Braxton Tanner. He got to the free throw line multiple times, ends up with 20 points, and did a pretty good job on Gabe Oldham on the defensive side as well. A little shorter, but was able to use his body and his athleticism to keep Gabe Oldham from going off tonight.
Gabe Oldham really had a tough night, especially in that first half, but he came out in the second half, ended up with 10. Typically is our MVP Sports MVP of the game on the Spanish Fork side. Tonight it's going to Hunter McGuire. He had 15 points to lead the way for Spanish Fork. Had a great night the other night against Wasatch, where he had 28 points. But let's give it to Hunter McGuire for his performance tonight. Active all night long, all over the floor, doing a lot. Ended up with 4 fouls, which shows some hustle as well. So tonight, Hunter McGuire wins the MVP Sports MVP of the game for the Spanish Fork Dons, who now go to 1-2 in region play. Maple Mountain 3-0, as they will go on to take Payson on Tuesday night here on Spanish Fork 17. The Dons taking on Salem Hills at Spanish Fork High School here the same night if you want to come check out the Dons. But certainly keep that one in mind here on Spanish Fork 17 on Tuesday, January 14th at 7 against the Lions.
Yeah, excellent game tonight. Maple Mountain goes to 11-1, 12 games into it. That's a dream start for them. Number 1 in the state from the RPI. I imagine this win tonight's not going to hurt them either. Man,
I wish I could get in just an opportunity to chat a little bit with Johnny Averett. Talk to him about how he feels about the toughness of this Spanish Fork team. The second time they played him, the Dons fell by 11 down in Las Vegas to him at the Tark Invitational. Tonight, 3-point contest. You got to think that the contest at Maple Mountain later on in the season, man, that'll be one you want to check out too.
I'm going to go with the Dons by 5 based on improving 8 points at a time.
Hey, there you go. You got to go by the math. So count on that one. Maple Mountain's going to have that number 1 RPI knocked off by the Dons. Chris Hurst predicts it. So
guarantee that one as well.
That's right. So again, the RPI as we see it, the Dons at 16. They'll probably drop a little bit after this loss, but can't expect them to fall too far just for the simple fact there's a lot of math that goes into these RPI
strength of schedule, your opponent's strength of schedule, who you know at Max Prep Sports that you can bribe. I don't know what goes into these things.
Who do you attend church with? All sorts of stuff, right? Man,
Absolutely.
I'll tell you. Okay, so that we're all going to get used to it at some point, but it's still new and still crazy to me. But hey, it works other places. Hey, give everybody an opportunity and throw them out there, throw them out to the wolves, see what comes out of it. Nevertheless, the final score here from La Hacienda, home of the Spanish Fort Dons. The Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain 56, the Spanish Fort Dons 53. I am Alan Huff, along with Chris Hurst, from everybody from Spanish Fork 17. Thank you so much for joining us, and so long.